So, good morning everybody. This is the second video I'm doing for the HTC One X. We're going to see in this video how can you use the built-in functions about the manipulations of photographs that inside the HTC Sense, the image sense suite that HTC has on this phone. So we are going to use a photo I make a few minutes ago from a speaker, from a PC speaker, and we are going to make it something like vintage, so we can use it for example in Instagram. So let's go. This is my PC speakers. This is the photograph I will be using to alter the photograph with the built-in functions of the HTC One Sense software that's inside the HTC One X. So let's begin. We are tapping. We are using the edit mode. I want to crop the photograph first, so because I want to use it later to Instagram, and because Instagram has 1:1 ratio, we want a square photo for this. I'm gonna crop it about to a square size. Tap 1, the arrows go, so we will use approximately the bad thing about the cropping is that it does not have aspect ratios as some other softwares. I didn't want to use them because if you're gonna save the photograph again in JPEG is something like zip for files. In photograph it compresses more, so it will lose some data, so I don't want to use this. I will use the original photo with one save after the manipulation I will be doing. So about square, this cropping, so I will save. This is what I will use. After all, you can use edit and effects. It's either in another mode when you have some effects, auto enhance, cinnamon, high contrast, sepia, overexposed, glimmer, twilight, library, warm, cold, bleak, vintage, antique, and the last one I have here is grainy. I use it and I named it grainy black and white vintage, or whatever you want to call it, because you are not obligated to use these preset modes to alter your photograph. You can go to the edit that's up here. Okay, and you can add filters. You can add the filters as you may like, because this photograph was made with the HDR mode of the image sense in HTC. It has already auto enhance. You can always turn it off. So here we have the two options: add filters and frames. It has 6 frames: simple white, Polaroid, type 55. I think there will be more types somewhere in the HTC hub. You can download more, baby, but now it's not available. 4x5 Grinch, white corners, and a wooden frame. I don't like any of them, so I will not use them. You can, so next there is the add filter button, where you can add, you can press it and you have the ability to use white balance, levels, exposure, contrast, brightness, saturation, sharpness, gain, and vignette. So we want to use first saturation. With this level here, more color to the picture, less color to the picture. You can make it black or white, or a little between. It depends on what do you want to do. I will use little color. So I can add more filters. I can go to levels. This is something like this. It's inside the Photoshop. If you know levels, if you use Photoshop, you will know this this function. You can use it and alter the photograph as you like, more or less black, some so you are changing the levels inside the lightness of the photo. I would like something like that, maybe. Yes, something like that is good for me. So I will add another filter. I can use grain. Grain adds noise to the photograph, so we'll make it a little bit noise grain. It doesn't show now, but I don't know if you are seeing this. It's a little bit. I will use it a little bit. You have also the ability to change the filters you are entering, something like you do in layers in Photoshop. So you can take the grain, you can put it before the level adjustment you have made, or the saturation after the grain or the level. So it will change a little bit the photograph depending on what are you doing. And because I want to have a little bit old effect, something like an old photo, I will use vignette. Okay, so you see what it has done to the photograph. You can use fade for the effect and the levels of it, more darker or less. It depends on what do you want, what you want to do. Always in this mode you can tap one and you will see all the photograph without the menu, so you can see clearly the photograph. You cannot sadly you cannot zoom to see a better detail of the photograph, but I think for a stock for the experience you are taking from the phone itself, this is a very good application. So you can always alter in many ways the photograph you have made. So you can always, as I said, drag the levels wherever you want, or you can even remove one level at a time. So if you have done a vignette and you don't like how the grain is showing after the vignette, you can always take it and remove it. I like it, so I will keep it in this order. So you can always save the preset, so you can make your favorite adjustment button, so you will use it to another photo without making all the manual adjustments for the second photo. So you can save it Here you can put the name you want. I don't want because I have it already. And if you put cancel, it goes to the original photo. I have already made a preset, so I don't want to use all other effects here. I will press this button that is the preset I have made earlier before the video. So this is the result I want to make the photograph. So you can save the photograph. It's saved in the folder, so we are all set. This is a very good application that's inside the phone. I recommend everybody who has the phone to explore this because it's way better than many other applications. The only downside is that it does not have the ability to have presets for the cropping. You could have 16:9 or 1:1 or 4/3. It would be a very good extension, but it doesn't have it. Maybe in some software updates. If HTC does that, it would be the best photo editing tool for an Android device, and especially for the HTC One X. That's it. I think I hope you like this little bit showing of the HTC One X and photograph application. I will see you next. Thank you very much.